Hey guys, are you looking for a nice idea for Valentine's Day to make for your Valentine? Well, I've got one for you. Today's recipe is chocolate mousse. Perfect for making for your Valentine. All right, we're going to be using the finest ingredients. I've got organic cream and butter and vanilla extract, and we're just using some really, high-end ingredients, and it is decadent. You're going to love it. I'm Rockin' Robin, and I'm going to show you how to do it right after this. You guys are going to love this recipe. It's really simple to make. It's not hard at all. So if you've ever been intimidated about making chocolate mousse, let me put you at ease. It is really simple. All right, so let's go over our ingredients. We're going to need a couple of cups of heavy whipping cream. I'm using Trader Joe's organic, and I tell you, it is the best that I've ever used. And over here in the Pyrex dish, I've got a cup of coconut milk, and I also got that from Trader Joe's, and this is a light version. So we'll also need some vanilla extract, and I have some organic butter there. And these chocolate chips that I'm using are milk chocolate chips by Goutard, and I really like that company because their chocolate chips are really delicious. And we're going to use some cacao powder, or just Nestle's cocoa powder works. It's unsweetened, and a little bit of sugar. Now before we get started, let me mention that you need to have a double boiler. Now I have one here, which works great, but if you don't have one, do not fear. We can get you one by just, improvising and making your own. Get a saucepan and a bowl that can handle the heat, and all you're going to do is put a little bit of water in your pan and set the bowl right on top. You just want to make sure of one thing, is that the water does not touch the bottom of your bowl. Otherwise, it's going to burn your chocolate and seize it, and it'll seize up. So that's all you need. And now we're going to get started over there on the stove and put this thing together. All right, guys, here we go. I've got my double boiler on. Remember, we don't want that hot water. You can see that hot water in there, not to touch the bottom of my pan. And the first thing I'm going to add here is the coconut milk. I want to get that warmed up first before I start adding the cocoa powder and the chocolate chips. Our coconut milk is now warm enough. We're going to add our cocoa powder to this, and I'm going to give it a little stir. Once that's dissolved in pretty well, we're going to add our butter and the chocolate chips. What's nice about using the coconut milk is it has some sweetness to it, and so you've noticed, I haven't used any sugar, any extra sugar. Of course, the milk chocolate chips have enough sugar in there too. This chocolate mousse isn't, overly sweet. It's just, in my opinion, just perfect. Once your chocolate is nice and smooth, take your spatula and make sure you scrape the bottom, because sometimes the chocolate will clump up on the bottom. Now we can add some vanilla extract. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of that. And now all we have to do is let this cool. We want to make sure that this is nice and cool before we combine it with our whipping cream. Now I'm going to take this off the heat and off of this pan, because there's a lot of heat coming up from the bottom. So I'm going to remove it, and I'll just wipe the bottom of my pan and just set it aside to cool down. All right, guys, my chocolate has been cooling now for 5 or 10 minutes, and you can see how it's, thickening up just a little bit and cooling down. It's so nice and smooth and creamy, and you want to stir it, periodically as it's cooling, and that'll help cool it down faster as well. All right. So over here, I'm going to mix up my whipping cream, and you want to make sure that your whipping cream is very, very chilled before you start this, so it'll whip up nice and quick. All right, we're just going to whip this up until we get some nice stiff peaks. And I'm going to add just a little bit of sugar, by the way. I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of sugar just to sweeten up our whipping cream just a little bit. Here's our whipping cream, all nice and firm peaks. I'm going to show you that. Looks delicious. Now I whipped up just a little bit more than I need to mix in with the chocolate, so that I'll have a little bit left over to put on top when I'm garnishing it up, making it look good. And I'm going to go ahead and pour it into this bowl here so that you can see pretty well. So now we're just going to add our whipping cream to this. Now you want to fold this in, okay, nice and gentle. Now that this is all mixed together and it looks fabulous, I'll tell you, I just can't wait to dig in. You can either take the whole bowl and refrigerate it, but I would recommend placing your mousse into individual serving dishes, okay? So something like, you know, like this dish here, or what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and for Valentine's Day, you wanna do something special, right? And make it look really cool. I think a nice wine glass with a wide open, you know, top to it would be a real nice, you know, look really nice. So that's what I'm gonna do with this one here for you. So I'm gonna scoop this in very carefully. And this is gonna have to go in the refrigerator to firm up at least 2 hours. I would say 4 is probably better and overnight is even best. All right, we're back and I let the chocolate mousse set up in the refrigerator overnight. So it's been about 24 hours. It was ready at about 4 hours, getting chilled, and it firmed up beautifully. It's just the perfect texture, guys. It's really, really good. I also started to play around a little bit with some melted chocolate chips, and I made some little hearts, which I have right here that I want to show you. And you can do this if you want to, but you don't have to. And it's actually a video in and of itself. So if you'd like to see me show you how to do this, then leave me a comment below and let me know. So yeah, make me a video. I want to see that, okay? So it's really simple and easy. All right, so here's our mousse. And like I said, we're gonna top it off with some whipping cream. So I'm just gonna put a little dollop right on top. Look at that. Your Valentine is gonna love this, let me tell you. Now, one of my little hearts, you just pick out your favorite one, whichever one turned out the best, and I'm gonna place it right on top. Look at that. Is that gorgeous or what? And if you want to, you can still get yourself some really, you know, nice quality chocolate and, you know, grate it over the top. Just like that. You can do that or not. And I seem to be missing the dish a little bit, but that's okay. You get the idea. All right, guys? Look at that. Beautiful, huh? And now for the moment of truth. Here we go. I am gonna taste this. I know it's good, guys, because I've had it. But the texture, look at that texture, it's just perfect. It's light, it's smooth, it's creamy. I can tell you already because I know how good it is. Your Valentine is gonna love you. That is really, really delicious. It's got the right amount of chocolate. It's not overly sweet. It's just creamy. It's got a great mouthfeel. You're gonna love it, guys. So please try the recipe, make it, and let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thanks everybody for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, I always tell everybody to click that button right up there and you'll get notified of new videos every week. And if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and share it, you know, on your social media, whichever one you like to use. It really helps me out. It helps spread the word about my channel, and I do appreciate it when you do it. So thanks again, everybody. We'll see you next time.